Hey guys, my name is Kevin and today I'm bringing you my Altergeist deck profile. I played this today at our locals and I thought this deck was pretty fun. I just got today my personal extravagance, so I don't have to borrow them anymore. And yeah, I saw this deck in my deck box and I thought I want to play it. And then I just like put it together in about 1 hour with a little bit of thinking, and I think it went up pretty good. Some things are like, I'm not sure if they are if they're good or not. You can tell me your opinion about those cards in the comment section down below. Maybe you can help me a little bit building this deck, but if you have no clue how to play Altergeist or how to play this or how to build this deck, this is like a pretty good starting point. If you have like not every like expensive staple card, for example droplets or lightning storm stuff. So this is like a pretty good start. I'm sorry about the camera quality. I have to use those two cameras today because like one camera of mine, the battery is down, and I only have like a time slot of 1 hour to make this video. Like only not cutting this video, but only making this. So I need to use those. I hope someday I can afford a better camera, but for today this has to be enough. This is like my I put just my streaming setup together, so you see my face. Like I said, I don't have much time, but let's get started. I will tell a little bit about every card and yeah, why they're good. I mean, the effects you can read yourself, so I will just like put them here and say a little bit of them or about those cards. I play like the standard Altergeist lineup with 3 Maliseek, 2 Circuitous, 3 Multifaker, 3 Marionetta, and the 1 Contiga. I still like this card because this like sometimes rescues your the battle phase, and then you have 2 Altergeist to use your protocol and your Circuitous, and yeah, still can negate 1 card on field. Maybe they need it, so for example a field spell or something, because then yeah, it's pretty good. You can search it with your how's it called with your personal spoofing, and then yeah, you can just like start of battle phase search it, and they can't do anything about it if they don't have Ash or stuff. So yeah, it's pretty standard. It's a good lineup. I wouldn't change anything about that. Then when it comes to the hand traps, I was like, first I played, or now I play 3 Ash, 3 Skullmeister and 3 Impermanence, which come later. First I played Gamma instead of this one, and I thought like Gamma is pretty good because in the instance that you for example want to resolve your extravagance or yeah, any graveyard effect, for example Maliseek, if they hit it or stuff, then you can just Gamma it. But yeah, I thought that Gamma, you need every card to play the control matchup, so, or to play every matchup with your control deck, so you need every card to be live. And yeah, so I just played Skullmeister because it's good against like every meta deck except Virtual Worlds. So yeah, and even then you can hit like Qinglong. So it's fine in that instant, and it was really good today. So I played against Prankets, for example. It was amazing. I would leave it like that. I play 3 Extravagance and 1 Duality. When last time I played this deck, a lot of people like played 2 Duality, and now I saw like 2 deck profiles on YouTube who play no Duality, and I saw Pax play like about a week ago when he played Altergeist at his locals, and he said that only 3 Extravagance brick too much, and I think so too. This deck lacks in a bit consistency, so yeah, I just put 1 Duality in, and it was clutch. I mean, I draw it twice, and like one time it wasn't necessary, but one time it won me the game. So yeah, this I would play this ratio. You can bump this up to 2. This is also fine, but this ratio is enough. Then I play 1 Call by the Grave. Like I said, hand traps are pretty sad when you get hit like on your Maliseek, so you want to negate them, and even then you can banish everything in the graveyard. So yeah, Caught by is fine. Then to the traps, I play only 5 spells, so I mean it's a trap deck. 3 Spoofing, 2 Protocol, and 1 Manifestation. Spoofing is like to up consistency, you have to play 3. Protocol is like the better one out of those 2, and sometimes it happens that they Cosmic Cycle on this, so you need a second one to play. and you can just recycle this like every turn. It only once came up that I have to banish it to get something else back, but yeah, it's like you need those two because often I got Cyclone on one, and you need at least 3 targets for your Marionette to be live like every time. Yeah, that's why 3 targets, it's enough. Good ratio, I wouldn't change that. Like I said, I play 3 impermanents. I know that this card is like bad in this meta lineup. I only played it because I played locals and not every person is playing meta there. And we have a lot of Shadows and Invoked there, so again that matchup it's good, and I just wanted to play it because impermanence multi-faker, it's a thing, so it didn't happen today. So I didn't know how this card like would be if I would have drawn it like more. I only drew it when I was going first, and yeah, I only drew it 2 times, and both of the times they scooped because I negated two things, and yeah, it was enough. I don't know if I would change this card. Maybe I would cut it like, or going to 2. When I go to the bigger tournament, I'm not sure if I would play this or maybe evenly instead. So I don't have evenlies right now, that's why it's not in this deck profile, but maybe I would play like 1 permanence, 2 evenly or 3 evenly, because I think evenly is better in this format than impermanence, at least. The card I'm most unsure about, but 3 Torrential Tribute. This card is, I mean, it's amazing going second, because you can just set it, and if they don't hit it, you can just on the first summon or on like an important summon, you can just shotgun this and then multi-faker, and you have like enough interruptions and they have no field. Because there's like, except Orchest, and I don't know any Orchest player, so like there's no deck that can play around Destruction. Maybe Unchained, but that's also Rogue, so never mind. But there's like no deck that can play around Destruction. There's no like secure play, which was like maybe in Zoo format there was like what's it called, my body is a shield, and Dingirsu yeah, was against Destruction, but this is like good first and second, so this is why I played it. I only resolved it once today, and it was okay, it was mediocre. I only had to hit the normal sum of Pranket's player, but I had no cards left, so then he drew like the first 1-card starter. I just had to draw a Meadowseek and I would have won, or a Multi-Faker. I didn't do it. I had no Extravagance, I had no Marionetta and no Meadowseek or Faker, and he just drew, yeah, the 1-card starter, so he won this this round. But yeah, and the other times when I said it, they hit this with Cosmic Cyclone or Toon Twister all the time, so I don't know how this card, or if this card is good, but in theory it's good, so I played it, and yeah, it wasn't that miserable. I played 3 strikes. I thought this card is insane. I mean, against fusion decks it's like mediocre, so I sided it out against Invoked Shadow. But yeah, I showed you my side deck. My side deck is like broken against that deck. Yeah, but this card was amazing. It won me like 4 games. 4 games, I think, or 3 or 4 games by itself or with Multi-Faker together. But it's amazing. They don't expect that card because they think you play maybe Judgment, but that's, yeah, lesser thing. And they didn't expect, like, one time I strike twice in a turn, and they were like, whoa. So strike amazing, still amazing. To have Storm Dusters, you have to play something against back row. If you play against back row, or you have to just have something against it. I don't play Trap Trick. I played just 2 of those. It was okay. I only resolved it once, which was fine. I misplayed there. I had this one and Imperial Order set, and it was like, what's the chance that he's playing Cosmic Cyclone main deck? I saw that kind of often, but I saw also that they are playing only 2. And what's the possibility that they have it? So I just shotgunned this, and they had it, or like activated it. And when they activated Heal Spell, I just should have had activated this. And then when they Cosmic like another trap, I just should have activated this. Happens. It was my fault. It was my first game with this deck again. Yeah, my fault. I wouldn't do that again. Imperial Order, amazing card. I drew it thrice today, and I won 2 of those games where I had it. So yeah. Extra deck, Altergeist stuff, just 3 Hextia, 1 Urban Chi. I never summoned this card like in my life. I just play it because in theory it's good. I never summoned it. I don't know. Maybe I will cut it. It's like every Altergeist player plays it. Also, I just every time I had Extravagance, I banished this all the time, like literally every time. So yeah. But one time today I Extravagance twice, and I had 2 Exia left, which was amazing. Yeah. Then I play 3 Link Karibu and 1 Almirage. This should have been, or this should be the new Magistus Link 1. But I don't have it, and this card does like kind of the same. So then 1 IP Masquerina, just for link up plays in the turn after, so you can go into this later. But yeah. And then 2 Nightmare Phoenix, because I only played 2 back row removal in the main deck and only 1 or 2 in the side, so I have to play those at least 2 times. So if I happen to banish one with Extravagance, I try to have a second one. Never came up today because I just had enough to play alone. Then 1 Nightmare Unicorn, same way, often back row removal, but instead of Unicorn, I would have played the second Ningirsu if I would have it here. I don't have it here, I have it at home, so I just had to play 1. This card is your Dragoon out, and then I thought what would be the rest. I just wanted to have another or 2 Dragoon outs. So this would be Roll Sword Dragon and Magnite Evermax. They didn't summon here Dragoon today because I could negate like every time if they try to summon. So it was fine, but I would definitely play like more of this. I also would play the Link 1 Relinquished Anima, which is pretty good in this deck because you have Meloseek, but I didn't have it here, so I would maybe cut like I would cut maybe this and maybe 1 Phoenix or 1 Unicorn, maybe also the Boral Sword, because I only OTK'd once in my whole time with Altergeist with this card, so it doesn't really matter. And those two for Relinquished Anima and the second Ningirsu. Yeah. And then just tokens. And for the side deck, I play 1 Prankatops because it's like the best side deck card ever. The Nuts, Dimension Shifter. A lot of people didn't expect this card, and yeah, even if they expect it and they have like nothing they can do about it, like the only thing they can have when I just activate this is Called by the Grave. I mean, Gamma can negate this card too, but I don't shotgun this. I just wait on the normal sum when they commit it, and then I just yeah, activate this. 1-me. I drew it 5 times, and this card alone won me 4 of those. Like I just had to then set 4, and it was their turn again. I negated everything, and then I just yeah, plussed out of my Altergeist cards. So, and one time it was a little bit harder. It was a kind of a resource heavy game, and I lost that in time against Prankets. So yeah, time and Prankets, it's a thing. I play 3 Nip because of locals. This is like, I don't know if I would play it on a bigger tournament, but I think it's a good card. So against locals, it's good every time. I mean, you can hit Virtual World with it, you can hit Prankets with it, you can hit, yeah, Drytron's kind of hard, but you also could hit them, but I wouldn't play it in that matchup. My last monster card in my side deck, I play 3 Inspector Border. This was like kind of a testing for this card. In theory, I just normal summon this against Drytron or Virtual Worlds, and they can't out it because they have like no main deck out really. They can't go. I mean, they have like only if they draw Ritual Spell and a Ritual Monster, like if they play the 4K Beat Stick. But otherwise, they can't like special any Drytron monsters, and they can't get advantage of it. So they even can't activate their effects. Yeah, that's why. In theory, it was good. I played against Unchained today, and I just normal summoned it, and he couldn't do anything. After like he was low on life points, he got the trap and the monster with 3k attack on hand. Then he outed this card, and then I just like poked with Meloseek for the last damage. So yeah, it was good. It was good. I would definitely test it further. I can tell you guys how it works. Yeah, one Harpieth Feather Duster, I mean, best backrow removal ever. Then only one anti-spell fragrance. I couldn't find my second one. I have 3, but I couldn't find the second one. That's why I played only one. I think a lot of decks need spells right now, and like the Imperial Order plus 2 of those are normally like fine with Extravagance, and you have a pretty high chance to draw it. Even if you don't draw it, then you have at least Altergeist cards to play like normally. It's good in that instance, and 3 Dimension Barrier. It's like lose 1 turn or against any deck right now. I mean, Virtual Words, you can just call Synchro. They can't go into higher Xyz, so they can't out your board. Then you can call Ritual against Diatron. They can't do anything. You can call Pendulum. You can call Fusion Summon against Invoked or against Shadol. They can't do anything. They just activate Invocation. You can just Barrier, because you can even chain that with their Meltdown. It's like, yeah, pretty good. Yeah, this was it. I think it's a pretty good deck in this format, even though yeah, combo is the best right now. I mean, it's the most consistent thing. This deck loses to itself. Happens sometimes. If you put more consistency cards in it, you could play like 3 Pot of Duality, so the consistency would grow, but then you wouldn't draw like the good traps to outboard or to negate things or to outboards. What you also can try is Rivalry of Warlords, I guess it's called. It's also good, like it's the same as Gozen Match. You can just like go against decks that have a lot of different types. So Shadol, Prank Kids. Drytron is like half good, half bad because they have machines and fairies. I haven't tested this card against them. Yeah, that's a thing you can try, or you could try the field spell, but I wouldn't try play that. I would just play 3 of this anti-spell fragrance. Then the spell, like, I don't know how it's called, Secret Village of the Spellcasters or something. Yeah, I mean, try it out. It's a fun deck. I mean, it's fun because every other one don't like the deck if you play it, so yeah, in this case it's fun. If you have Relinquished Anima, this deck would be a little bit better because I could have outed 1 more board with it. Yeah, it's good. I got 2nd place today. I mean, it was just like tiebreak. The first one got exactly as many points as me, so it was just tiebreak. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.